Hi everyone, it's a lovely day here in Dunedin, so although it is starting to cloud over and get a bit windy, but I thought I might do a tour of my sewing room. So there's the cat that usually lies on whatever I'm stitching on there. That's Mildred. Other pussy cat you see over there. There's Joseph over on the footstool. So that's the cats out of the way. That's my cross-stitch sampler wall down there. And now we'll go out to my sewing room. So my sewing room's on the back of our garage. So I've got this wee bit of a walk to go out, but it actually is lovely at this time of the year. Get my garden, front of the house, clouding over, some back neighbours. And that's my oak tree that's protected and I don't know, something like it's 120 or 50 years old or something. Our house was built in 1870, so excuse the rubbish bins. There's a little bit of a view of it there, so we've renovated it, and yeah, the oak tree has to stay. So here's my sewing room, which is actually probably a bit dark, but I just thought I'll see what it's like with the blind up. Get that to stay up. There we go. So as we walk in, I've got my spool cabinet there that I got years ago from out at a Wahuaiti at the Odyssey or something like that. But I love it. I love the decal on the side. I've got bits and pieces sitting up there. These are my Kokeshi dolls. Painting love. Oh, no, not a painting, a print from an op shop from years ago. This lovely picture here was actually given to me for my first birthday by Mum's friends, and I must actually send her a photo of it and tell her I've still got it. I think it's very appropriate now that it's animals with a sewing basket. So there's that lovely teddy bear there made for me by Susan. Down in there, bits and pieces I use for junk journaling. And here at the moment I've got pillowcases. It's kind of wool and stuff on the top. What else is down there? A box of facet fabric and a box of my Civil War reproduction ones. And then down the bottom is overflow tablecloths and things. Down this side under the window is really just bits and pieces I use for displays with my cross-stitch pillows and things like that. And underneath the ironing board, bits and pieces, tins that aren't being used at the moment. And then sitting up here on top of my ironing board is my stack of mini quilts that I've been making. I've got my lovely, hopefully don't trip over the sewing machine cord, lovely tapestry that I got, and I made that piece up there years ago. It was what are they called? Kindred Spirits? It's in a book. But anyway, I love that piece. So I'll come back round here over the sewing machine cord. Up here I've got a basket with trims, rickrack and ribbons and things like that. These tins, like these Trelise Cooper tins, are one of them's ribbons, one of them's like flowers and things, sort of trims. That suitcase there is my granddad's when he was in the did something for the Air Force, I think. So yeah, I'm loving having his suitcase. I've had it for a long time. Here's just storage things, sewing, particularly here, sewing things that I might not be using at any one time. A couple of boxes of fabric down there. This shelf here is patchwork patterns and things, lots of them. Oops, tripping over. Yeah, so that's all my patchwork patterns. I've been storing my lace. Let's put that down here. I found these, better on the floor. Found these travel storage containers at Kmart, but they're great to put lace in because you can see what's in it. So I got a bit sick of just rifling through my box of things. So they're good. On these cabinets here, just get around a wee bit further. These drawers here are just bits and pieces of like maybe some old Japanese fabric that I've got and things like that. My Clover yo-yo makers and things. But on top of it is all my bits and pieces that I've tried to keep it there. My bits and pieces I use for slow stitch. Fabric, those Whitman's tins have got threads in them, and then there's 2 containers of the pearl cottons that I use. What else is in there? All the like coloured sari silk and seam bindings and things like that. I've got bits and pieces on the wall that I found in op shops. I made those hearts. I rescued that cross stitch, and that's my bunting project I did with Catherine up there. And this is, I'm pretty sure, made by Benedict, my middle son, at school. So that's quite cute. I like that. Hopefully it was you that made it, Benny. Over here, what do I have? I have a box of kits. I have my Japanese fabrics. I have bits and pieces of UFO, Words Fiona, patchwork blocks. That's what I've got. I've got all my pearl cottons and things in these drawers here. These lovely ones from the Cook Islands. Most of those drawers there are empty now. I love this paper jacket. It was an invitation years ago to a Trelise Cooper fashion show that somehow Mum got and gave to me. Stick that up there. That's a UFO cross stitch that I've just made into a bag. That's a few needle books and name tag from a retreat or something I went on. Going around here, I've got my ribbons and things that I use for Christmas decorations and that all in the corner. Then we've got my wall bits and pieces on my wall of curiosity. Coming down here to this tray, trolley is what I'm talking about. The 2 bottom shelves have got all my wool felt and things like that. On the top are all my boxes of ribbons and various trims and bits and pieces. But yeah, if I need ribbons for wrapping, gift wrapping, that's where I go. These plastic ones are all my quilts that are in progress. Couple down the bottom that I don't think I'll finish, but I'm not sure what to do with them. But anyway, I'll get to that one day. And then these are other projects on the top here. I love that needle book. There's a tumbling blocks one, and then here are these are the blocks for my hexagon quilt as you go hexagon one. So I've got some vintage fabrics there. Underneath the pink tablecloth are all my cross-stitch linens, so all by count. That keeps them all tidy there. What have I got? Oh, more bits and pieces on my wall of curiosity. Love my wee angel there, and my wee painting the older lady across the road gave me. What's in that box? Oh, that's more quilt as you go hexagons. This blue trolley here that's gone from being a baby trolley to being my trolley over the years. Now that has all my vintage fabrics on it, so I can get to them. And then the pile on top here are all my white bits that I might do something with, a bit Christmassy or something like that. Love that logo. And then these shelves, which are new, if I can see them properly, are all my linens. There's a pile of hankies, there's a pile of applique ones. Where are we? Up there. The ones with the ribbon around them are all the ones I've already cut into, so I know that I can pick them up and they're already cut into. There's round doilies at the back. There's my slow stitch bowls up there. They've both got just plain bits of doilies when I've cut things up are in there. There's tray cloths, serviettes. I think that's another bundle of plain white. Tablecloths, patterned tablecloths. What's down the bottom is my florals, like my Sandersons and things like that, and then my checks and stripes. So they're down there. Down here, there's the bag with my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery piece in it. And then, don't tell anyone what's behind here. Are all my fat quarters and things. So that's where I store all my fabric, behind this beautiful piece of silk fabric. And yeah, I've got a wee bit of fabric there. Love that silk though. Up on top, this is all my English paper piecing pieces. That's a container of other things like pom-poms and velvet ribbons and things like that. A couple of those boxes, I'm not sure what's in them. A couple of them are empty. One I know's got like acrylic felt in it that I really don't use anymore. There's a star on my wall that was signed for me that a friend got done, 2007 by Alex Anderson, the quilter. So that's special. And then we come to here, which is all just picture frames and things that I'll use, quilting hoops and stuff in the corner there. And then these for my all my cross stitch pillows. Let's see if I can't really open one to let you have a look, it's a bit heavy on the top. So yeah, they're all stored in there, and there's a Christmas one and an Easter one and or summer and winter or something. Same in that pink bag there. Up here I've got scraps that I've been using for, just open this up, this quilt here that I've been doing from time to time, which is broken, it's called Broken Dishes, this pattern. So that's just 3-inch squares that I make that out of, so that's all sitting there waiting to go, and I want to do that. Just easy stitching. Scraps, that's my what they call double gauze, and then that's another basket of scraps there that I've bits and pieces I've got from the op shop. Stuff underneath it is actually to be donated. And this is my work table. So sorry, I think this may have been a board table at our company for at one stage when we first started it. So I've kind of split it into two work areas. So down this end I tend to sit at the most and work, and then this one here I've got my cutting mat, which I maybe need to move a few things if I want to cut something big, but at the moment I'm not doing a lot of quilting, so I don't need it much. So I've got this basket set up that I use. They're my sort of most used needles and cottons and bits and pieces. So if I sit here and work and put my orts in there. And this basket is made up of tins that have got like buttons and crochet trims. It's my huswifts in there that I made. Oops, I love these tins. I always search them out at Easter and Christmas time. They're so lovely. These buttons. So I've just like, they're ones that I really love, and I've just got them on hand. So there's that. There's another tin in here that I love that my son got me in Japan. Isn't that cute? Can't think what's in there. I think it's lace. There's a pin cushion in here that I made just out of a photo frame, and other bits that I've kind of set this double tray up. I think that was from Kmart a while ago, is, you know, where I keep extra threads and bits and pieces like that. Bits and pieces from the op shops if I find things I like that little tray. Beautiful wee petty point there, probably in dust, but anyway. I keep my cutlery canteen, wooden one that I did up. I actually just keep it open on my desk now and keep things in it. So I've got my commonplace basket in there at the moment. I've got my cloth that I made, what do I call it? Oh, okay, anyway, it's there. There's some lovely bits I got yesterday and some happy mail from Vicky. Thanks, Vicky. That's my stitch book. Might not have had a wee flip through that for a wee bit. We flip through that. We need some more of these, Sarah, to follow. Did I do that? Oh, that was an old hanky of Mum's, pretty. And I was doing the bullion knots, that's right, on here. So that's as far as I got. I like working in that. And another couple of needle books in there. This box here has got all my bits and pieces of Rachel's fabrics from Roxy Creations. And this lovely tin from an op shop, if I can get the lid off one-handed. It's got all my hexagons in it that I'm going to put around the edge of my Journal of Stitchery piece that I'm doing at the moment. So that's that. Here's my beautiful tablecloth from the op shop, which I just love, so I hang it over my chair so I can see it. And then I've got this working area, which is where I've got my scissors and my rotary cutter and a wee thing in there for rubbish. The books over the back, a lot of them are my floral books that I like to look through. There's bits and pieces there that I want to work on, some fabrics I got when I was in Australia, some wee patterns for things to do. These are bits and pieces that I'm pin cushion I'm working on, and a pouch there. So that's just all sitting there to do at some stage. And back to my sewing machine, and there's my view out my window, and that's the door I came through. Not very often I can sit in here and sew and have the door open because it's quite cold here in Dunedin, and my room's quite cold, but I love my sewing room. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that wee tour around my sewing room, and I'll catch you later. Bye.